Welcome, everybody, to the Anime Degens Podcast, episode 37. Today, we have two topics. First, we have a guest, Terry, who is actually just watching One Piece. This is his first anime. The man is a psychopath and went down a 1,070-something episode haul to start. And then we're going to get into Cell Game Insanity. So we'll explain both those topics as we go. How you doing, Tyler?
Doing pretty good. Devastating day in fantasy football, it seems, and football in general. But we here, we kicking.
Awesome. So I guess let's first get into a little bit of news. You got anything for us, Tyler?
Yeah. You want me to start out? I guess I'll do the Chainsaw Man since I'm not officially the Dragon Ball dude. Apparently, but Chainsaw Man wins the best manga at the Harvey Awards for 3 straight years in a row. And that is the Harvey Awards are one of the industry's oldest and most prestigious comic book awards. So that's a pretty big deal for Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive to win 3 years in a row, especially with everything coming out and how banging the manga scene has been. We also have some news about a Dragon Ball. So there's a new project announced that Akira Toriyama is heavily involved with. He wrote the story called Dragon Ball Daima. And watching the trailer, it looks like the Z Fighters are turned into kids. So this is giving you a little bit of the GT vibes when Goku was turned into a child again. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes.
Wasn't that just like filler though? Like
it was a Dragon Ball story, not canon.
Oh.
Because
I always heard not to watch it, so I don't know.
Oh, it's not that bad. It's pretty good. It's fun.
Okay.
But awesome. So let's get into our first segment. So we got Terry with us. How you doing, Terry?
I'm doing all right.
Oh,
A little bit of same with Tyler. A little devastating football and fantasy today, but we're hanging in there.
That's what happens when you're a Titan, Colts, or Patriots fan. So,
yeah.
Now why'd you have to bring Dan into that? Dan didn't say nothing about his devastating day.
I know. He's on the same as us, so he's dealing with the same shit. But yeah,
I'm not losing my fantasy games, so doing a little better.
Yeah, GG's. But yeah, welcome in. This is you know it. You're a listener here, so let us know who you are, bro, and what you want to be called, all that good stuff.
Oh yeah, so definitely Terry's fine. I ain't got no fancy name or nothing like that. I mean, Jeopardy winner could also be a title for me.
Yeah, he is our first Anime Degens Jeopardy winner. Only watching one show, One Piece, and he won our Jeopardy.
it was a slugfest of really bad anime answers.
I'm one of them bad answers. At least 3 of them, I would say.
Yeah.
And then a win by default. That's always nice.
Awesome. So when did you watch any anime as a kid? I know you said One Piece is kind of your first anime, but did you watch like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, like any of the stuff that was on Cartoon Network as a kid?
Pokemon for sure. I was obsessed with Pokemon my entire childhood. Yu-Gi-Oh a little bit. I only know like some of the main things in Yu-Gi-Oh, like Blue Eyes, White Dragon, the Red Eyes, Black Dragon, I think, and then the little magician dude. That's about the only 3 I know.
Damn, disrespecting the Dark Magician off the rip. Little magician dude.
Yes, he was. That thing is, he was my favorite, and don't even know his name right.
Damn.
Awesome.
Any more?
Digimon. I watched Digimon a lot too.
Hell yeah, Digimon was lit, dude. I loved Digimon as a kid.
But probably slack coming on this. I never was a Dragon Ball Z fan. Never could get into it.
I mean, at least you watched some, so that's good enough. I think every childhood is filled with like Pokemon, at least Pokemon. I knew you was a big fan of Pokemon, the games at least. So
yeah, no, I was obsessed. Like I'm talking, I had 2 2-inch thick binders full of Pokemon cards. I had the Pokemon trading game. I had like probably 200 of the little action figures that you could get back in the day. I had it all. And
Hell yeah.
not only that, but I used to we have a pool out back. So I would take my like Turtle and Blastoise and all my water Pokemon out to go swim with me because they had to go swimming. You know what I mean? Like I was obsessed.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I don't know what you mean, but I respect the grind.
It was bad. I had no friends.
Okay. Sounds like me. Okay.
He's just down here like Misty. Like, I got my water Pokemon with me. I'm good to go.
That's funny.
Take a little dip in the pool real quick.
Well, I thought that I knew almost everything there was to know about Terry, but now here we are. He's telling this kind of shit online on our podcast. Okay.
Tyler, man,
Throwing it out there.
it sounds like you got to get him some water type Pokemon little figurines for Christmas this year, dude.
some Squirtle body pillows, instead of
That'll
waifu
work.
pillows. So
Please do not get him a Squirtle body pillow, bro.
If he does,
But
I'll make sure to take a picture and put it in the Discord.
But yeah, speaking of that, since you didn't watch many like shows besides like Pokemon, the normal shit when you was growing up, like what did you like think of anime in general, like as an adult? I know I used to talk about it some when we worked together, all that good stuff. But what did you truly think about it before your anime grind?
I thought it was weird, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought most
Okay.
people who watched it, they was weird. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, I'm weird, so you're good there.
Like
Okay.
I didn't before starting to watch One Piece. I did not understand like why someone would want to watch. For one, based on in Japanese, another language, like not just the cartoonish feel of it, but most of them are in another language. So if you don't watch it in that language, you got to watch subtitles. So I was like, whoa.
I feel like that's a pretty common view, I believe, on for like non-anime enjoyers. Wouldn't you say, Dan?
Yeah, I think it's kind of like fading aside though, because like you got shows like Squid Games where that was huge, and that was in Korean. So like, I think
do
that
think.
side of it's
Go
starting to
ahead.
go away, but
Yeah, I do think the language part of it, I think that's really fading because a lot of different shows are coming out like Squid Game and stuff like that make it big.
Yeah, that's it's always fun to see what somebody's views are that didn't really you know enjoy anime. I guess you can say because I never knew. I've always kind of liked anime. I just didn't really. I just really couldn't watch it. I didn't have the resources available to watch it, so it's fun hearing that. But speaking of, you just started watching anime or whatever. When'd you start, and like what made you start watching anime?
Uh, Probably I estimated it around about probably 6 months ago. I think it was when I started the One Piece grind.
would you say about 37 weeks ago?
That's how I narrowed it down. I went back to when y'all first started this podcast.
And
And
what made you start watching anime?
y'all,
Yeah.
listening to y'all every week.
We're changing lives, baby.
I think this is what we set out to do, is make people's lives better. And this is making your life better, is it not, Terry?
Well, I don't know about that. I went from obsessing over video games and sports to now all I can do is watch One Piece until I can get caught up finally.
So One Piece is the only show you've watched. Did you start it dubbed or did you start it subbed?
I started it.
Okay. Which did you prefer? Just curious.
I mean, I don't really know if I have a either or. I can watch either. I just got to prepare myself more if I'm watching it subbed.
Yeah,
Didn't
you can't
you?
just have it on in the background if it's
Yeah,
subtitled.
like I
Did
gotta
did
actually think about when I can watch it, and I gotta prepare myself for the language because I'm listening to them and they're spouting out all kinds of words, and I'm like, yeah, okay, that meant what did that mean again? And I'm looking down at the bottom of the screen.
didn't you watch Mashal in Japanese though?
I did. I did end up watching Mashal whenever y'all covered it on the rundown.
Okay,
Okay.
so you have watched more than one show. That's exciting.
Yeah, that was again thanks to y'all. If it wasn't for y'all hyping it up, I probably would have never even thought about it.
Well, once you get caught up with One Piece, you're gonna have to keep tagging along with the weekly rundown shows because we got some fun ones this season. I know that you've been grinding, so like you probably haven't been keeping up, but you're at what? You have like what, 20 episodes left?
I think I got like 26. I'm on 1054, almost done with it. So
Okay.
basically 1055.
Okay,
Oh,
perfect. So
okay.
yeah, like you've got maybe a week or two more of One Piece if you're watching like 12, 13 episodes a week, which isn't that bad. And then you can start watching some of these other shows we're talking about. That way you're getting a more of a breadth of the, the genre versus just grinding out one show. You can see some other sides of it.
Yeah, I definitely think my next few shows are gonna be shorter. I don't think I'm gonna jump right into another 1,000+ episode show.
I
There
can't
ain't
blame you
many
there.
out there, honestly.
No, I mean, if you combine like the 3 Naruto shows, that might be 1,000.
We ain't combining Boruto with Naruto. We just ain't doing it.
That'll be one I'd have to give a second chance because I've tried watching Naruto before and I couldn't get through it.
I think you can probably appreciate it more after watching One Piece because, like, you kind
Uh,
of understand some of the themes and some of the stuff you look at through anime and like what they focus on. You can get a better understanding of how the storytelling works, not just like some punk ass little blonde haired kid running around yelling "Dot to Bio" the entire time.
Or believe it, in the
Believe it.
dub.
yeah, I
Yeah,
definitely have a different appreciation for anime now, so it might be easier.
I mean, it's all downhill from where you are, man. You watched one of the best shows of the genre, so good luck.
Ah, it is what it is.
not saying there's not like more peak shows out there. There is plenty of peak shows out there, but the journey that you just went on with One Piece, like, it's probably never gonna be replicated, honestly. Because it's just 1,000+ episodes of like greatness. So
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to like lower my expectations for any other show I watch because let alone like setting aside the storyline, but like character development and hell, even the animations. Like watching some of the animations go through, and I was just like, whoa, like that. It's definitely top tier.
especially in Wano,
Golly,
huh?
If you're looking for top tier animation, there's plenty of shows we can recommend that have, potentially better animation. Honestly, I mean, Demon Slayer has some of the best animation I've ever seen. I mean, the story's not nearly as good as One Piece, but the animation is really good.
okay.
True.
What?
But yeah, I guess speaking of like people getting in, like you're a new weeb, I guess you can say. Not even a weeb, probably. You only got one. You only got like, I don't know, 1,100 episodes under your belt almost, or not even that. But is there anything like that confuses you? Anything that you would like to know, like to ask people like me and Dan about anime since you're new to it?
Well, I wouldn't say like really confused at the moment. One Piece has done a really good job of easing easing that in. So it wasn't like I like the power system and even the devil fruits. Like you don't really get confused that much with that. So I guess really the only kind of questions I would have is all of the power systems is easily portrayed.
I,
Uh,
it really depends on the show. So, like, One Piece is pretty set in stone. You have Devil Fruits, which are obscure, weird powers, and you have Hockey, But then you go to a show like Hunter x Hunter, where it's like Nen is the power system, and you can basically just make your Nen whatever you want inside of a certain skill set. And it gets really complex. So there's definitely more complex power systems out there. But usually shows do a good job of explaining it. Like Hunter x Hunter has 2 episodes basically just as they're learning to use that power, they explain it really well in detail. So
Okay. I know one of my friends actually, that was one of the shows they had recommended for me to go to after I caught up to One Piece.
Yeah, I mean Dan and Bass is big fans of it. So it's the only thing about Hunter x Hunter is that like it's not finished, right? It's like an indefinite hiatus right now. So because of the manga and stuff like
yeah,
that. So
yeah, the mangaka is having some health issues, so it's been paused a few times, but it sounds like he's coming back. So hopefully he just kind of squeezes right through the last arc and changes the story up to get it done. I don't know.
yeah, we'll see. It's one of the shows that I haven't really finished. So I've only got like a handful of episodes into it. So but
Slacking.
yeah.
So are there
Maybe
any? Oh, go for it, Tyler.
no, I was just like maybe I'll finally watch it one of these days. So
Definitely should, dude. So, are there any shows you have on your watch list that you're going to be watching after One Piece, or you just kind of rolling with the punches?
I know I think I got JJK on there for sure. And then daggum, the name just left me. Y'all covered it on one of the rundowns. It was with the 2 dads and they
oh,
took on the little kid. They were spies
okay.
Okay. Buddy,
Assassins, but yeah.
or assassins, yeah.
yeah, they were just hitmen.
Yeah, Buddy Daddies, one of our
That
favorite
yeah,
rundown shows.
yeah, that's it.
It's definitely
Okay.
a must watch, I think.
Yeah, we all really enjoyed Buddy Daddies. That was kind of a sleeper for us. We kind of just threw it on there because we're like, oh, it'll be fun, and then it was actually really good. So
Yeah. And that's a show like that. It's good that you want to watch shows like that early on because that introduces you to like a lot of different aspects and not just, like a battle shonen or shonen like One Piece. This is got the slice of life elements and like the comedy and all that stuff built into it. So it's fun to watch that early on.
definitely. And I know we probably, if you're looking for a show, just hop in the Discord. Anybody listening, if you're looking for a show to watch, just hop in the Discord. Let us know what you're into. And I mean, between me, Tyler, all the other people in the Discord, we can probably recommend a show up your alley. I mean, I've got, I don't even know, 400 shows under my belt. Tyler's got a bunch as well. And so does everybody in the Discord. So, we're always happy to help out and make recommendations. But going off that, I think we have a couple recommendations you should definitely get on your list. What do you think, Tyler?
Yeah, you want me to give him mine?
Yeah, go for it.
So, I know you said you didn't want to watch, bigger shows just yet, but just keep this in mind for the future. You already started on one big 3. So it's time to do the other 2 of the big 3. You got to do Naruto and Bleach, baby. You have to.
Mm.
Yeah, if you are watching anime, I mean, it's kind of like, unless you're like really not into the shonen genre, the big 3's got to be on everybody's bucket list. I mean, there's definitely some other shows you should check out first, just because
Sure.
you've been on that long grind. And those shows are, I mean, Naruto's what, 700
720.
episodes?
720. But it's half of its filler. So I'll just throw that out there. At least half of its filler. So
Yeah, and Bleach right now is probably about 300 and
66.
is that
Or
including
no.
Thousand Year Blood Work?
No, that's not including that. It's just OG.
Yeah,
So
so like 382 or 383 or something like that. And that also has a lot of filler in it, but they're both really good shows. I've got some more obscure shows. I didn't put the big 3 on my list for a reason. If you're looking for an older show, definitely check out Yu Yu Hakusho. It is one of my all-time favorite animes. It's basically like the granddaddy of the tournament arc. So it's all
Okay.
boxing. It's all boxing. It's fucking awesome. if you want to like dive into like that more political side of anime, like more in-depth world building story, kind of like how One Piece has, definitely check out Gundam Wing. That's a classic. That's from the 90s too.
It's a
And then
mecha, by the way.
there's giant robots.
Oh no, I think my PTSD is kicking in.
Is he one
Does
of these
Terry have
weirdos with-
PTSD too?
Not the Fortnite robots, not mechas.
It is nothing like that.
You know, fun fact, Dan, is Terry's one of the people that I played Fortnite with the mechas. So he knows he knows how I feel about mechas. So
I hate that argument so much.
You
And
gotta
then
blame everything on Fortnite.
And I got a couple more, a couple another early 2000s or like 2000 and 2010 shonen stuff. And check out Soul Eater and Fairy Tail. They're both Soul Eater shorter. It's like 60 something episodes, and Fairy Tail is another long haul. That's kind of like a 300 something episodes show, but the characters are really well animated. I'll put it that way.
Okay.
especially the waifus.
Yeah, big old cannons. Not just on the mechas and those show recommendations. Did you have
But,
any other shows, Tyler?
Yeah, I actually, not the crazy long big three shows. Besides them, like there's a couple that I would recommend. I've talked about it before. Mob Psycho 100. It's top 10 in my top 10. It does a very good job at like the animation, the fights, and the overall story. It's kind of like Buddy Daddies in that case. It just mixes together a lot of elements, and it's got one of the greatest main characters in my opinion with Reagan. You can't go wrong with him. But definitely a watch. Definitely a good watch. 3 seasons. Some people don't like the character designs, but I feel like if you don't like the character designs on it, then and that's what turns you off of this show, then I'm not sure what to say about it. So, but also speaking of like Mob Psycho 100, another good one that if you really want to like go into the comedy / huge action is One Punch Man, which is by the same people as Mob Psycho 100. So it's a really good show and it's really funny. So
Yeah, One Punch
Now,
Man's great. It basically just makes fun of all these big shonen fight shows by just him punching everything and knocking it out in one punch.
I've seen that one before. I just never. I think I've seen videos of it of just random times scrolling through Facebook or scrolling online, and then I'd see like a video of him fighting, and I'd be like, "Oh, okay." So it's his name is literally that's what he does.
well, it's Saitama, but it's more to it than just One Punch Man. It's about all the surrounding things. Yeah, sure, he like is capable of killing people or knocking them out. I don't know what to say with one punch, but it's about the over all the other stuff. So how he gets there, like he's always trying to find something that doesn't take one punch, and it's just very comedic, honestly, especially when Genos gets introduced. So
Okay. Well, them will definitely. I don't know about the long 3, 4, 500 episode ones yet. I might have to take a little break on them, but I will definitely keep all of them on my watch list. So if I do feel like it's time to grind again, I can at least throw one of them on.
Yeah, I got a few more short ones too for you. I got Fire Force. That is ongoing. The new season should drop next year, so you got some time to catch up. Hell's Paradise, one that we covered on the rundown. That will introduce you to the really gory side of anime, because that show is bloody as all hell. And then if you're looking for a show that's kind of like Naruto, but a quarter as long, Black Clover is great. Bass doesn't like that show because the main character is kind of like Naruto, who's screaming his head off, kind of annoying. But the characters are really fun in that one too, and the fights are awesome. So
Is
all
that the one you're
solid.
always talking about exceeding your limit or
Yeah.
Surpassing your limits,
just
baby.
surpass?
Yeah, surpassing
There it
your
is.
limits. Oh, Yami. Gotta love it.
Nami's the man, dude.
But yeah, I guess that's about it. You got anything else, Dan?
No,
Alrighty.
you want to get into the One Piece is real?
Yeah, the One Piece is real, but can we get much higher?
So high. So high. So since Terry's only show is One Piece, we're taking this lovely opportunity to basically dive into One Piece as a whole. We're not going to cover a lot because you can't cover this in like 30 minutes. It's not physically possible. We're just going to talk about some of our favorite arcs, some of our favorite characters, some of the things we enjoy, don't enjoy about One Piece, and kind of just chill, So it should be a good time. So Terry, you said you started watching One Piece about 6 months ago.
Yeah.
What? And you're about 10:55.
He's
So
getting
what?
into the peak. 1060s was when it started going hard. Yeah.
The show's been going hard for a long time, dude. Don't hate.
Well, I
That's what
mean,
I was about to say.
D1 episodes, some of the best episodes in One Piece history is coming up. So,
Yeah, you are getting close to those. So what are some of the things you like enjoy about One Piece? Like, what's made you stick through this grind?
Like I said earlier, the character development, I think, not just for like Luffy, but watching Sanji and Zoro and the whole crew, plus even some of like the side, not I guess I shouldn't say side, but non Straw Hats, like even Smoker and Tashigi and some of the Marines, like going back, I guess Dressrosa, like Fujitora. Is that how you say his name?
Yeah,
close.
that's
Even
Fujitora.
watching him like towards the end of that, like them developments, I mean, I guess I kind of seen it coming, but not to that extent. Like that alone just makes me want to keep watching. Like I hope it don't ever end for that reason.
Well, bad news is it is
I
going to
know.
end. It's in the final saga. Right now the manga is, and we're fixing to enter the final saga in the anime as well. So, it's got an inside in coming soon. So,
It's 6. The manga is going for their 6 years. You got another 10
yeah,
years of this anime. Don't worry about it.
yeah. When
That's
I
good.
say soon, we're talking. It's coming, but it's
Yeah,
not going to be another 30 years.
In the
I
grand,
don't. Go ahead.
I was just saying, the grand scheme of things, we're coming down to the end. It'll last 30 years, not 60.
Yeah, I gotta keep going. I mean, we gotta see if Luffy becomes king of the pirates, and it can't be anytime soon. They gotta drag that out. I need that to be dragged out.
No, that's wild. We gotta see him before he died, Terry.
That's fine. I got at least a good 20, 30 years left.
I think I have at least 6 left in me. I'll be good to go.
You might be out of luck.
That's
True.
funny.
At least I'll see the manga to the end. No worries. So
Go ahead, Dan.
I was gonna say, so since you've enjoyed the show so much, is there any chance you're gonna pick up the manga and read it?
Oof. I I doubt it. Now I ain't gonna like completely rule it out because I'm not much of a reader type of person, so I don't know if I'd ever want to like pick it up and actually read about the show when I could just watch it.
But Terry, it's pictures.
It's a
It's
picture
mostly
book.
pictures.
It's
Oh, it's
comics.
pictures?
Yeah.
I don't know then. Maybe.
It's like a comic book. If you don't know what manga is, it's basically a comic book but backwards.
Literally. Yeah. In Japan they read right to left instead of left to right. So it's definitely weird when you first start doing it. Like if you actually buy a physical copy, it's so bizarre to hold a book backwards.
Oh, yeah. That would really mess me up, I'm sure.
Yeah, just remember if you ever do read it, make sure you get in touch with Dan or I to tell you how to read it. It's right to left, top to bottom. So it's definitely it's definitely a learning curve, honestly, reading manga, but I feel like you learn pretty fast once things start not making sense. So
Yeah. And if you buy manga, it's actually hilarious. Like a lot, like I don't know if they still do it, but in the olden days, they used to put if you opened it backwards, it would literally have a "Hey, you're reading in the wrong direction" on the inside of the back cover.
That's something for like people like me right there.
That
Well,
would be
it's
tragic.
like you just go to Barnes and Noble and pick it up. You don't know, and
Yeah.
like you've got to like understand it. So it's definitely weird reading it when you first start.
I mean, I feel like it's got to have that though, because that'd be tragic. You open it to the last panel of the manga, which is usually, pretty. It's usually kind of cliffhangers too, the way they do it. So, it would be tragic to just open it up and see. Oh wait,
That's
what's
the
going
end.
on?
Well, thankfully, you're not going to start with the last volume. You're going to start with volume 1 regardless, you know?
You think
Oh,
Terry
so,
would start at volume 1?
Well,
so
I was saying,
it's not
if you
like
go,
when. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, it's like if you go to a store and you're like, oh, I'd like to check this series out. You don't buy 18 or 19. You go back and you buy volume 1. So
True. Some people might though. You never know.
you
Weird
So
never
it's
people
know.
not
out
like
there.
it's not like one big thing. It's kind of like a book series.
One Piece would be like the size of my 80-inch desk
Oh,
if you put it
okay.
down on a table.
um, yeah, I guess. I mean, I definitely would recommend checking out the manga though, Terry. Especially if you can't wait to learn more. But like I said, it is a learning curve, so it's not for everyone. But speaking of that, do you have any questions about One Piece that were in general?
uh, no. Like I said, One Piece has done an amazing job, especially for a first time watcher. Like there wasn't much I was really confused on. I think I might have got hung up on a few times. I've had to message you on Facebook or something to clarify something, but for the most part, it's been pretty straightforward. Hey, this is this. This is how this works, and it's like, okay, cool, got it.
A lot of the times Terry would be messaging me, asking me about shit that was spoilers. I'm like, do you want me to tell you this? It is a spoiler, bro.
Keep watching, buddy.
Yeah.
Sometimes I can't wait.
But yeah,
Well,
I guess we'll get into some of our favorite stuff of One Piece, because we need to convince more people to watch One Piece, honestly. And this is kind of what this segment is about, is to maybe make people want to watch One Piece. But with that being said, we'll try our best not to do too much hardcore spoilers. There probably will be some though, so but I would say that you're probably fine if you listen to it and you haven't started watching it yet, so you'll probably forget by the time you get to it. Maybe.
I just want to go ahead and throw that in there for that reason. I think was listening to the podcast for 2, 3, maybe a whole month actually before I actually got started watching One Piece. And now that I'm getting to the points where y'all started on, and I mean, I'm really not remembering all the stuff y'all talked about. I remember some, but not nothing that spoiled any of the surprises or the big moments that's happened.
yeah, and even us talking about it isn't gonna like encapsulate the moment that we talked about, you know? Like we've had so many times in this podcast where like you just got to go watch this episode. Like there's just too much action for us to be able to even put it into words, you know?
Yeah, I guess let's just get right into it. So I guess we'll start on our favorite arcs. We're just gonna go through and kind of talk about our favorite arcs. I think we got a couple apiece. You want to start us out, Dan?
Yeah, so my favorite arc in One Piece still to this day is Marineford, the Summit War. This is kind of the culmination of the first half of One Piece coming to a close. And this arc just had so many emotions in it. Like, the action was incredible. Like the desperation from like Luffy and the entire team trying to do what they were doing. It's just awesome. And it kind of really, this is like the moment with One Piece when I was like, wow, I can actually feel the emotions of these people so much more than I ever thought I would. And this was the one that really, like, I mean, I don't want to say got me hooked because I was hooked from Arlong Park on, but it was just, it's still my favorite arc. Like, I've gone back and watched this arc a couple times, and it's an incredible storytelling in this arc.
Yeah, I can honestly say like Water 7 and all those parts. The best way I can describe it is like it's when One Piece takes off its training wheels basically, and the shit just gets so serious at that point, and it just enters another level. It's like you enter the second gear, literally at that point, and it just keeps on going up, and that's just the way Water 7 is.
Yeah, if Water 7 is taking the training wheels off, Marineford is slapping a V8 engine on that bicycle.
Yeah, I don't know who doesn't like Water 7 and in the following arcs. It's just one of the best out there. So
And definitely Water 7 was fantastic. But I don't know, Marineford was just something else for me, like the huge war. You have the Whitebeard pirates. You have so many big players in One Piece show up at one island, and it's just an all-out battle. And it was just awesome. Like the amount of people from the One Piece cast at this one spot at once was crazy.
you see with me, like Water 7, I'm weird about it. Like I clump all of them together. I clump Water 7, Marineford, Enos Lobby, all of them into one and call it Water 7. So
Wasn't there an arc between Water 7 and Ennie's Lobby and Marineford?
it was Impel Downs, right?
I thought Thriller Bark was in there.
No, Thriller Bark is right before the time skip. Or no, it is
Yeah,
Thriller Bark happens
and then Amazon
before
Lily.
Marineford because everybody gets sent away or whatever. So and Luffy's on his own, blah blah blah.
Well, that's Sabayoti, so it's
Yeah.
like Water 7, Ennie's Lobby, Thriller Bark, Sabayoti, Amazon Lily, and then Marineford and Impel Down, I think.
But I don't acknowledge Thriller Bark.
Oh, that's my least favorite arc in the anime.
Yeah, same.
Oh, well, same.
I don't. Do you think it's the least favorite because you're coming off the Water 7 and Enos Lobby high, and you're binging all that like so hard, and then you just get dropped into Thriller Bark, and you're just like, oh, okay.
I think that's what it is. It's just you come off such a high, such an emotional, impactful like arc, and then you're just on some goofy ass little like zombie Halloween land with some stupid fucking warlord who goes she the entire time, and I'm like, get me out of here.
And not just that, like right after, then you go back up because, like you said, you got Marineford and Sabaody and all them right after. So it's like it just got smacked in the middle of peak on both sides of it.
Yeah, with me, like, Thriller Bark, I actually, when I hit Thriller Bark, there was a couple funny moments, whatever, but it actually caused me to take like a month, maybe 2 month, like break for One Piece because I was just like, I just can't, I just watched, I don't even know how many episodes, like 400, I don't know, in a row. And then I hit Thriller Bark and I was like, no. Let me like I can't watch this. I don't feel like watching this right now.
Yeah, with Thriller Bark, I mean it had good moments. Don't get me wrong, but I think it did lack the wow factor. But it did have one of my favorite fights in it, so I can't say it is my least favorite arc, but it turned out one of my favorite fights. So I don't know how to feel about it.
Okay.
Yeah. And Thriller Bark did give us one of the funniest Straw Hats in Brooks. So like it did have its positives, but overall it was just such a change in, like, we came off a high, went to a low, and like went right back up to a massive high. So like that being in the middle just makes it feel like it's so much worse than it actually is, you know?
Yeah, and not talking about like the Water 7, Enos Lobby, Marineford, like Dan was talking about. But my favorite arc, not counting those, is actually Dressrosa. And I'm so glad I didn't have to see this live. I was able to watch it straight through because I hadn't, started at the time. But, I love Dressrosa. The fact that we got to see, Doflamingo, which is, one of my favorite characters. And we also got to see Lucy, if y'all remember what I'm talking about, and Gear 4 as well, which is like phenomenal, sights to see. And one of my favorite things about Dressrosa 2 is Law is playing a big part in it. And everybody knows how much I like Law too. So it's just a overall great arc for me.
Not only that, too, we get the return of Sabo after what happened during Marineford. Like, that was so emotional for Luffy. And, it just made you feel so happy as a person who enjoys the show.
Not only the return of Sabo, I think that's the first time we really got to learn about Sabo, right?
Yeah, that was the first time they started talking about him again since when was it? That was way early
I
on.
don't even know if anybody knew about Sabo really until like around that time. Everybody thought that Ace was his only brother, right?
Yeah, like he was Sabo, unless you paid attention. Well, yeah, no, you're right. They ain't really introduce him, I don't think. Like really introduce him, and
Yeah,
then you
because
get. Go ahead.
the Luffy, like, childhood mini arc was kind of in the middle of that, right?
I think so.
Yeah,
Because that's what they showed all three, and hooked Sabo back in there. Because I don't think we seen Sabo really before that. Maybe glimpses of him or something, but we didn't really know the exact extent of him. Um,
or what he had become.
yeah. Uh, but other than that, like, did you already say your favorite arc, Terry?
No. I was my favorite probably. I don't know. Like I said, I got three picked out because it was hard to pick, but I
Your
think I still got to stick with Arlong. Like that's just I don't know what it is about it. It hooked me. It showed me what Luffy was about as a character, and I was over from there. It was time to grind after that.
Oh yeah. You know what I call Arlong Park? I call it the point of no return because once you get past Arlong Park, there ain't no coming back.
No, no, it's over after that. Your life is over. It is now encapsulated by One Piece.
I always tell people like you just gotta get to 30 some odd episodes, and even though the first 30 episodes isn't bad, it's just if you get to the 30 some episodes to get to Arlong Park, like you just won't stop. It's hooked. You're guaranteed at that point. So
Definitely. I think I got hooked a little earlier. I got hooked at the Baratier.
okay, yeah, Mihawk.
Mihawk, like, what's the Commodore's name?
Krieg.
Yeah, Don Krieg. Like, those fights were awesome. And just seeing Luffy actually struggle and, like, there be some bigger baddies out there, it kind of set the tone of, like, yeah, Luffy's strong, but there's a lot more powerful pirates out there. And we're only gonna get more strong from here. So it gave a good context for me and got me excited to keep watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, Arlong kind of did that for me too. Because once he got to Arlong and he started off, which the excitement factor of Luffy kicked in, and that's how I think he started off that fight, kind of winning. And then Arlong was like, "All right, hold up now. You might be strong, but you ain't ready yet." And then started fighting back. And then that's kind of when I was like, okay, so Luffy ain't just gonna walk through this, and it's gonna be two, 20, 30 episodes of nothing because Luffy just walks through here and just flicks people and knocks them out.
Yeah, it's a horrible matchup though for Luffy, honestly, at that point because he's a fish man, and Luffy has devil fruit powers. So that means, water and all that stuff. Like it's just a bad matchup, honestly. But, we all know what happens. For his friends, anything is possible. So
Power of friendship.
Shonen Anime 101, baby.
But I guess we kind of already talked about our least favorite arc. I think we collectively agreed that Thriller Bark wasn't it. So, I guess we go on to the favorite OPs and stuff like that. Do you have any favorites, Dan?
Yeah, I've got two that I really like. I don't really have any that I don't like, but We Are, just like that song is just perfect. It just sets the vibe for One Piece so much. And then I also really like Kokoro no Chizu, which was the Water 7 opening, number 5.
Okay.
I think those are my two favorite.
Yeah, We Are is actually the first. Ain't that the first OP, right?
Yeah, it's the first one. Then they brought it back like 3 times
Yeah.
remixed.
Yeah. And as far as me, like all the Water 7, like Enos Lobby and all them, all the ones around what you just said, like Brand New World, for example, it's right there in the middle too. I think it's Enos Lobby actually. That's one of my favorites of all time is Brand New World. Big fan of that one. Like I said, maybe it's something to do with Water 7, Enos Lobby. Those are huge arcs. So it's got to have a banger OP, I think. And I also really like the newest one, the most recent one. That is one of my favorites of all time, honestly. So especially once it starts to like the higher tempo in the middle of the song, and then it starts doing all the animation stuff, like blinking, I guess, or whatever, and the fast animations and stuff. That's just so wonderful, bro. But
That's definitely not one of my top 5. The recent opening. I think it was just kind of a different vibe because we were coming down to the end of Wano,
yeah, what
I
is
like the upbeat stuff.
the last two of Wano though? The last two before this new recent one is some of my favorites too. So,
Yeah,
what about you,
I
Terry?
think I just went down there and I was trying to. I ain't gonna lie, I haven't really been paying attention to the openings until I hopped in here with Tyler a little bit before this, and I seen that was on here. I was like, oh, okay. Well, hold up now. Let me go back through and listen to these because I've been trying to catch up so fast that I've just been skipping them.
I told Terry, I said, "God, you're gonna get flamed so bad. You're a OP skipper."
I skip OPs all the time, dude.
No,
When you're
not peak OPs, bro. What are y'all doing?
when you're binging a show and you're watching like 15 episodes a day, you do not need to listen to the same songs 15 times, dude.
If they're
Now,
good, you do.
I will say I got down some that actually I had it while I was doing my little notes. I had YouTube in the back of all the opening scenes, and when one of them would really catch my ears, I would jot it down real quick. So I mean, I picked out 3, but I only wrote down like what the opening was. It was like opening number 11, number 22, and then the one before the most recent, which is 24.
Okay.
So them 3 were like the ones that really was like, okay, I like these.
I mean, the one that starts out with the hat, the last OP we had, it's actually, like I said, it's really good. I don't know the name of it honestly. But yeah, it's all really good. The only one I really didn't like was Bon Voyage. I couldn't stand that OP.
That song
And
brings back so many good memories, dude.
I just couldn't do it, bro. I don't know if it was just because it was a lot of talking. The visuals wasn't that good. I just never could like get through it much. And honestly, like the Whole Cake Island OPs, they were just like very forgettable to me. So
I don't know if we kind of picked the same one, but I just jotted down one. It was opening number 9. I don't know if that's around that same time frame that you're talking about, but I literally wrote to the side of it. I was like kind of upset at myself for skipping all these because they're actually pretty good.
yeah, I mean, I didn't really skip a whole lot. Like I at least watched them a handful of times, and if I really liked them, like I watch them almost every time. Like I don't understand. Like, uh, at work, I would just be listening to like Brand New World, for example. I would have that on my work playlist, and it would play several times a day in my 12-hour time. So, but yeah, I guess we get into like our favorite characters. Dan, you want to start
Yeah.
it out?
So, I'm a simple guy. My favorite character is obviously the main character, Luffy, number one all time. But I really like Law as well. I think their relationship is really fun. So it brings Law into it. Law has some really cool abilities with his double fruit, and he is just dripped out.
Really is. But yeah, other than like obviously, Zoro and Luffy is, my go-tos. But Law is also one of my really favorites. Dan picked him. And I said Doflamingo earlier. He's one of my favorite all-time villains in anime, honestly. But to talk about someone that I haven't talked about is actually Yamato. Yamato is a really fun character for me. Um, she's got a really cool personality, and she's the kid to one of the most powerful pirates in the world, but she doesn't want to be with him. She wants to be Odin. And that gets into the fact that there's only like two characters in One Piece that does this. And I think Yamato does it really well. And it's like the whole trans thing, she's actually a woman, but she identifies as a man, and I think they really done that do that well with Yamato. So
Yeah, it's a much different effect than the
Kiku.
Oh no, I'm talking way
Oh.
back. I'm thinking like the island that Sanji trains
Oh
on.
yeah, yeah.
It's like
I don't even.
Kamabuka or Kamakura Island or whatever.
Yeah, that was in the
And
fillers and stuff. I didn't really watch those fillers.
that wasn't really filler, it was just training arcs, dude.
Yeah, I didn't really watch them.
But you also had during Impel Down, they had that whole community hidden between two of the floors.
Yeah,
And I think it's funny that you say Yamato is trans, because like I don't think she thinks she's a man. She just thinks she's Kozuki Odin.
yeah. But she identifies as
Kozuki Odin.
Odin's son. I mean, as Kato's son. She says it multiple times.
Yeah.
All the people even call her his son, and spoilers to Terry. I'm not really gonna say it, but the latest episode, it just confirms, that she thinks of herself as a man. So
Yeah.
Which I will talk about that a little bit more on the rundown tomorrow. So
Definitely. Yeah, I think they do a really good job with that. And compared to the other characters who are very flamboyant, like Bon Clay and everybody else, it's a very different vibe you get from him.
yeah, definitely. I mean, I like I said, I feel like they do her character very well, and she stands out a lot because
Yeah.
there ain't many. I think there's only Kiku. Like I said, Kiku is one of them that does something like that too right now. So, but
I
yeah,
thought it was
that's
Izzo. Aren't you talking about the samurai?
Well, both of them.
yeah.
Izzo
does
just
it?
kind of, yeah, Kiku is a man who
Yeah.
just full on thinks she's a lady. And then Izzo is more just a cross-dresser, I think.
Remember that spoilers too. I thought you was gonna say something, Dan. I was like,
No.
yeah. But yeah, Izu, I don't think, just like Dan said, I think he just like cross dresses. I don't think he really thinks himself he's the other gender. I don't think, right? So
I don't think
I
so.
thought,
yeah.
because they say they're brother and sister, correct?
Yeah, and Kiku is the very feminine one. That's the really
Right.
tall one.
That's
So
well. Are we gonna do a spoiler with the fight that Kiku just had? Can I say that, or
I think you're
do we
mixing the
not need
names.
to?
I think you're just mixing the names up. Izo's got the guns and Kiku's got the
Yeah.
swords. Yeah.
But they call it Izzo to me
no.
looks like a girl.
Sorry,
But
no. Izo has the guns. Kiku has the sword.
yeah, Izzo's the one that she calls brother,
Yeah,
but he looks like a girl to me.
but he's a man and he cross dresses.
Okay.
But I think,
Okay.
but I think he, like I said, the one he don't, think of himself as the other one. He just dresses like that. You know what I mean? Whereas Kiku, on the other hand, they think of themselves as the other gender. You know, and they're like Yamato, so they're full
Okay.
on. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. So, Terry, who's your favorite character?
I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna go Kinemon.
What?
He's yeah.
Oh.
He's one of my favorite, and I'm gonna keep it short for this because it's literally not only can he cut fire, so that's pretty cool, but I love, especially right this last, I don't know, 20, 30 episodes ago, he made a plan and it went completely haywire, but everybody still was like, you did that on purpose, didn't you? And he was like, yeah, knowing the whole time he definitely did not. And that sealed it for me. I was like, yep, I like him. I like him a lot.
No, I don't know if I've ever heard anybody say Kinemon was their favorite One Piece character. Obviously, outside of the main characters.
Yeah. I mean, Luffy is definitely number one for me on my favorite characters, but I just wanted to pick other ones outside
Yeah,
of the main. Cause Zoro, I got Zoro too.
yeah, of course.
And then I got another little low key one. I got Brooke on mine as well. Brooke's one of
Okay.
my favorite characters,
Yo ho ho ho.
just for the fact of his
But
jokes.
punchline. Can I see your panties?
That and just the whole if I had eyes, they would be falling out of my head right now.
You
Just all of
know,
his jokes about being a skeleton, just I don't know, something about him.
They never get old. That's for
They
sure.
really don't.
and you know what even makes it even better is when he's doing his jokes and punchlines with Nico Robin. That is the best shit ever. But I guess I think we all talked about some of our favorite characters. I guess, do you have any like least favorite like characters that you hate, Dan?
Gecko Moria.
Gecko Moria.
I
I
just
don't
Say that
know.
so fast.
I just hate Gecko Moria, dude. Like, it's just so annoying because like they show flashbacks of him like fighting Kaido and shit when he's a young pirate, and like his design was pretty hard, and then he just became this giant balloon like looking vampire man with the most annoying laugh I've ever heard in my life.
True. I mean, I tend to try to forget a lot about Thriller Bark. The only thing I really remember about Thriller Bark was Luffy pushing a zombie back down in the grave. So
That was funny.
that's it. And Brooke, obviously. But I guess for
mean-
me, my one of my least favorites is Momo. I hate Momo. Momonosuke with a passion.
Momo's a kid, bro.
So good.
Momo's a
Man.
kid, dude. Leave him alone.
I mean, I know I get it. You know, he's like 8, but I mean, you're a samurai of Wano. You're the kid of the legendary Odin.
You're 8.
No.
Yeah, he
But
ain't got there yet.
You know what it
Odin
is? No,
Odin
you know.
is probably rolling over in his grave each time he takes a look at Momo.
You
Not
know
gonna
what
lie.
it is? You know what it is?
What?
Tyler here is just jealous that Momo gets to go take a bath with Nami and Robin.
Not anymore. I'm
That's
not
fair.
gonna continue that sentence, but yeah.
That's a fair assumption.
He's just salty.
Okay. Terry, who's your least favorite?
Oh man, look, I done told you I was bad at names. I don't Akainu.
Oh, okay.
Most
Magma
hated man in
guy.
One Piece. The most
Yeah.
hated person in One Piece.
I don't know. I guess it's the same as everybody else. I just don't like him as a whole. Like, not only did he, but
Oh, that's a big spoiler.
spoiler. I don't know how else to put that. You know what I mean? Like, I guess I could have said a very important person. My fault.
I can go block it out. It'll be funny.
Yeah,
Okay.
he could beep it like he did me that one time.
But anyways, yeah. Not only that, just I don't like him as a person, like at all.
I think
He's a bitch.
He's not a bitch. He's a fucking boss. I think what it is he's such a steadfast character in his own definition of justice. And due to that fact, people don't like him because his definition of justice is the polar opposite of Luffy's definition of freedom. So I think that's why people don't like him. But I mean, he's not like a badly written character or anything like that.
No. Like, he fits
He's just
what
a
he's
dick.
supposed to fit. Like, he fits exactly what he's supposed to be doing. Like, I don't know if they could have made a better person for his spot in the anime. But at the same time, I wish they would have tried.
Okay. I was really hoping someone would say Buggy because I love to hate him. So
I feel like that's just a known fact. No one really likes Buggy.
I love Buggy.
I
no.
love to hate him. Like we got a
dude.
love-hate relationship. So, like, early Buggy was so annoying. So
That's
I ain't
the
gonna
point,
lie,
though. That's why it's funny.
I was happy for him to become a warlord. We'll have to bleep out that too. But
no, that's fine.
No, that's fine.
that fact is, I was actually proud of him.
Oh, just
Because
wait.
I just knew that's like he wanted that so bad.
Oh, just wait, dude. It gets even better.
Oh no.
The people don't know yet, Dan. I don't think so. I don't think they've talked about it, right?
I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
No, they haven't.
I think
It's
that's
coming
next
up.
episode, though. So
It's definitely coming up soon.
well, they showed the newspaper in this one, so it has to be next episode.
Yeah, it's definitely next episode. The next episode's gonna be a treat.
Yeah.
Okay. So y'all, it ain't even really happened yet. What you're talking about?
It happened a year ago in the manga.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Shit. I mean, Buggy just the luckiest man in One Piece, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Suffering from success, dude.
But yeah, going on. What's some like unique characters that you think are unique, but obviously didn't make your like list of favorites and all that good stuff?
Yeah, I think for me, my first one, you've already mentioned him, but Doflamingo is probably one of the best villains in anime. He's right up there with Aizen for me from Bleach. He's just cold, man, and they did such a good job of writing him as someone you absolutely don't like, but his drip is just so clean.
Yeah. He's a drip god, man.
Dude,
he's a drip god.
The Dofi walk is just timeless.
He's like Gojo, right? He's got kind of like a Gojo walk.
But even
the bad part about it is, like, even though he is this cold-hearted person, then it goes like back and you see everything back in his young days.
He was still a dick.
It's like, I don't know, man. Like, would he turned out the same? Like, it's a
Terry.
What if?
Terry, we don't defend mass murderers.
No, we don't.
I don't know. It might not be all his fault. You know what I mean?
Did you watch the same Dressrosa I did, bro?
I'm just saying.
I'm not blaming his father for that, dude.
There's something else going on there, Terry. I don't know.
Like, he might have been messed up anyways, but that definitely helped into turning him into the cold-hearted. Okay.
Well,
you're not wrong.
I guess I'll get a divide now that we know that Terry loves mass murderers. So,
oof.
One of my characters I think is really unique is actually Boa Hancock. Amazon Lily obviously is like a very interesting place. It's an interesting culture too, with the Amazon ladies and stuff. But her devil fruit, like, it's the love fruit, and basically anybody that's attracted to her, can be turned into stone, and that's just so interesting. Her relationship with Luffy is also another thing that's very interesting because it's such one sided. But you know, Luffy, I guess, don't reciprocate those feelings because he's obviously not. He's still rubber, so you know.
They bounce right off.
But I just really think that she's very unique, especially the whole looking down while looking up, or looking down so much that she looks up. That's really unique too. So definitely one of my more unique characters, I feel like, in One Piece. What about you, Terry?
Okay. I went. I don't know if mine's another common one or not, but I went with Fujitora. Just for
Okay.
I like the fact that he is Navy, but at the same time, he again. See, I'm bad at this whole. I'm not trying to do spoilers thing, but explaining my reasoning for picking these characters is kind of hard at the same time.
Well,
But
I think as long as you don't like mention any like major deaths,
Yeah, you're fine.
oh,
then
okay,
you're
okay,
okay. Like the one thing that you mentioned earlier, like that's a very popular
we
person,
ain't gonna talk about it. Okay,
and yeah.
I might have messed up there. A good thing we can fix it.
Yeah,
But
we'll just
anyways,
bleep you out, so it's fine.
but no, with him deciding like the whole time towards the end of Dressrosa to go after him, to not go after him, and then when he finally decides to go after him, he ends up letting him go, and I find that like really amazing that that's one of their number one people they're after right now, and he's like, you know what, he did the right thing in this country, so I'm gonna do the right thing and pay him back.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I
Uh,
think with a lot of the Marines, it's all about their own personal sense of justice. I mean, between Garp and everybody else too, that's kind of the main point of the Marines and like their character portrayal. It's their own sense of justice and how they feel about everything else.
okay. Um, what do we got next? What are we doing next? The fights? I guess
Yeah,
I
we can
guess
do
we can
fights
run
next.
through it real quick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my favorite fight is still Katakuri versus Luffy during Whole Cake Island. I love that fight. The introduction of Gear 4 Snake Man is just still one of the best moments in One Piece for me. I think like it was really amped up, and the fighting animation in Wano is a lot better. But I think this fight was just so well grounded in what it actually was. It helps a lot too if you go watch it. Like go find a cut on YouTube where it's like the fight straight through, not like 6 minutes an episode and then like other stuff, 6 minutes an episode and other stuff. Like you just gotta watch it straight through. It's an awesome fight.
Yeah, the thing about fights is, we're obviously saying our favorites, but the best thing about fights is you have to go watch it. So we can't really talk a whole lot about it because they're fights. So, but one of my favorite is actually Luffy versus Rob Lucci. That is in Water 7. Or it might be Enos Lobby. I forget. But yeah, there's one of my overall favorite fights. It just goes hard. So, what about you, Terry?
I think I'm gonna stick with Zoro. And do either one of y'all remember the ghost samurai that he fought on Thriller to get
Oh
the
yeah,
Shusui?
yeah.
That that by far, I think that's a really good fight for Zoro because he's wanting to be, top swordsman of the world, and these samurais are from Wano, and they're supposed to be top tier. So him having to face one at that point, I think it really said a lot about how he was growing, anyways.
Oh, definitely. The fight against Ryuma was awesome. And I mean, that is like the legendary swordsman from Wano. So, like, it's really cool that they call back to that in Wano and they have all that history with his sword and everything else too. So
I'm really glad you know the name of the person because I'm not good. I told y'all.
names stick with me for some reason. There's a lot of One Piece. Like if it's a main name, I got it. But if you ask me like who the swamp fruit guy is, I can't tell you.
Is that the one that like sneaks into barrels and shit?
Yeah, that's slime ball.
Yeah, I don't know his name either.
He don't.
He was
matter.
very present in Fishman Island, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess finish this up kinda. Was there any like favorite moments that you really liked that stood out above the rest that we haven't already like talked about, hit on?
I mean, for me, there's too many, man. Like the walking scene in Arlong Park. You have Robin saying, "I want to live." Usopp shooting down the world government flag. Like Luffy punching a celestial dragon. Like all those moments just go so fucking hard, dude.
Yeah. All them, was some of my favorite moments too. But one that he didn't mention was actually the scene with Luffy and Usopp. That was
Oh
a
yeah.
very touching scene that I feel like had to happen at some point, especially with what was going on at the time. But yeah, it's definitely one of my I don't even want to say favorite moments. It was just a good moment. It was just a good storytelling moment. What you, Terry?
Yeah, I got two of them that I guess it's more than two for my second part, but I got when they first all met back up after their little 2-year training regimen, and then my I don't know what it is about it, but almost every interaction between Luffy and Momo, like the moments are like what I think Luffy being not really that old either, but he's having to be like the dad over Momo. It just it makes me laugh almost every time because everybody else is like, "Please don't go so hard on him. Don't be so harsh." Luffy's like, "Nah, forget that. We gonna tell this little kid what he needs to do, and he's either gonna do it or he's gonna do it. That's the only choices he has."
So you like Two Piece, huh? That's what I got out of that. You like Two Piece after the time skip.
Yeah,
One of
that's what it is.
the
Don't
but
ever
yeah.
bring them up.
I love the Chopper's interaction with Two Piece. That was one of the funniest shit ever. So
It's just a freaking fox with a hat on.
Chopper's like, "Is that really you, Luffy?"
Oh God.
But yeah, I guess that's about it for that. But to finish it off, Terry, if you had to try to get someone to watch One Piece, being a new One Piece fan yourself, what would you say to them? How would you convince them to watch 1,000+ episodes?
I mean, we've touched on it a few times, but like we said, I mean, early One Piece isn't nothing like that shoots straight off the charts. Like it's not something that as soon as you turn it on, you're instantly hooked. Like you got to give it a little bit. Like it's not. But if you can force your way through to at least Arlong Park, you get past Arlong and you see them peak moments in that arc. I I don't think you'll want to turn it off after that. And if you do, then I don't know. I don't think there is any talking you into watching it.
True. I got you.
Well, awesome. So, Bass, you want to get us into Cell Game Insanity?
Let's get it, my guy. So, next, guys, we have Cell Game Insanity. And you guys know the Cell Game. Cell Games. It's a classic tournament where Cell challenges the Z Fighters to 1v1s. To one, fuel his ego, but to also test his own body. So in this segment, we're going to be looking to find fighters from across anime to go against Cell in our own tournament. So this could either be someone we think would have funny banter with him, or somebody we think could actually give him a run for his money. But boys, you need to tell me what you got. Tyler, you want to start us off?
Yeah, so I'm gonna get straight right down into it. We're gonna go with the man himself, Saitama, One Punch Man.
It's a
And
wrap.
yeah. Well, I mean, this makes sense. He has a legit shot at winning the Cell games.
Okay.
And he would actually probably be very great comedic relief too, honestly, after watching a couple seasons of it.
This would be such a one-sided, boring fight because Cell would go so hard, and then Saitama would literally just punch him.
Yes.
And
Saitama be there picking his nose until he had to go get groceries.
and then he'd punch straight through that one little tiny bit of Cell, the 1 micron size cell inside of Cell that he needs to regenerate. It'd just be obliterated. So it'd be a wrap.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the the time, the build up time, the stand around waiting for that to happen time. That would be hilarious because Saitama is just different. Like he does stupid shit while he's playing around with them, basically. So
Literally built different. Yeah.
yeah.
The
But
man is a legend.
Yeah. And one of my main reasons for picking Saitama, every time any kind of fight 1v1 is going on the internet, it could be Goku, it could be Luffy, it could be anybody. You name one person, in a 1v1, and everyone in the comment section is like 60% of them are saying Saitama.
Okay.
There's a reason, There's a reason why Saitama's name is up in the comment sections of every power scaling, fighting shit out there. So,
I mean, his whole gag is like he's got to be overpowered. Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And it's just he's just OP, bro. He's One Punch Man, and he's strong as hell. And apparently in the manga, I didn't really read. I don't read the manga, but I read. I done a little research, and in the manga, minimal spoilers. He's apparently around galaxy destroying level.
I love that. I
So-
absolutely love that.
So I guess he couldn't beat Goku as Goku is now then, though.
I mean, the internet says otherwise, bro.
Dude, Goku is like multi-dimensional at this point with how many fucking things he can destroy. He's just gone.
Well, I'll say this, he's at galaxy level, and he's not even trying his hardest yet because he hasn't come across anybody to put him at his hardest level.
That's true.
So I will say that. So this is off of internet research with minimal spoilers. We're talking Reddit and stuff like that. So we're talking about opinions. But I mean, this is where we get all of our information anyways, is opinions, because Cell and Saitama is never gonna 1v1. So
Okay. I like that you went with the ass kicking route right out the gate. I like
Came
the
in
heat here.
strong.
Yeah,
Came
I like
in
the heat
strong.
here. Yeah.
Saitama got a legitimate chance at winning, bro. So even against perfect
Yes.
Cell. So
Yeah, it's always hard to find characters that can actually fight the upper tier
Of the Dragon Ball Z world.
Yeah, it's always super fucking hard. It's just so ridiculous.
But yeah, that's who I got, and yeah, he's just the best choice in my opinion. So
Excellent. I like it. Dan, what you got for us?
Yeah, I was going to pick Saitama just because he is an ass-kicking machine. But you never said we had to box. So I'm thinking a little game of Duel Monsters. And I'm picking my boy Yugi Moto. Because I think he could easily beat Cell at a game of Duel Monsters.
he pull out the Exodia, bro.
You ain't stepping against Exodia, dude. I mean, Yugi is like the king of ass pulls. He breaks the rules of the card game all the time. It don't matter. He's the main character. He can do what he wants.
You know what, Dan? I just had my, he checks his notes moment when you said they didn't have the box. I was like, wait a second, I didn't say that. I was like literally looking at my notes. I was like, wait a second. Good way to skirt around the rules. I really like the creativity.
But Cell's an incredibly intelligent being. I don't know what the fuck to call him. Android, synthetic android. So I think he could definitely pick up the game quick. And I think he could give a lot of duelists a run for their money. But you can't beat the king of games, dude. His ass pulls are just too powerful.
Ain't that a fact?
And just like imagine if they took the Cell Arena and just built one of those OG giant fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! Like stage things on it. That'd be fucking hilarious. Goku would be like, what the fuck is going on right now, dude?
I bet Goku would get so bored so quickly. Like, why aren't they fighting?
The hologram monster should be lit, dude.
Gohan would like that shit though.
100%. Gohan's a nerd.
Yeah, no, he right there with us on that one.
But
so
yeah,
do you think Cell would actually like participate in the
Why not?
dueling?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Think so?
He thinks he's so much better than everybody at everything. Yeah, of course
dude,
he would.
He has to be the perfect being, so he has to be the king of the Cell games.
Exactly. See?
So my question is he gonna give him? Is he gonna give Cell a deck of cards that is shitty? Because Cell don't have a deck.
That's not Yugi. And Yugi's not gonna do that.
He's gonna pull out a Kaiba briefcase and just throw at him and say, "Build your pathetic cards, Cell."
Okay. I like it. Okay.
But I did get a little inspiration from this one. There's a hilarious YouTube whole saga from a guy named Devil Artemis, and he has a video out there called The Perfect Duelist Saga, where it's literally just a bunch of random people dueling Cell, and it's all meme fucking cards, and it's hilarious. And we'll post it in the Discord. Definitely check it out. Huge shout out to my boy there.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to peep that. Yeah, no, if it's something to do with this, yeah, no, I'm with that 100%. But two great picks, two very different picks here. But I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all know mine. Mine is also pretty different. I picked him for completely different reasons. Hisoka from Hunter x Hunter.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, right off the bat, Hisoka has no fucking chance. Like he bro can't win. Like it's just like it's not gonna happen. But Hisoka, like how many times has Hisoka been on screen and like you've been bored? You're always wondering what he's gonna do, and like he's such a good manipulator. I feel like he could like play on Cell's ego to like either get Cell to fuck up, not to the point where he's gonna win. That's just not gonna happen. That's out of the cards. But like he could probably piss him off really, really well by playing into his ego or trying to offend him and whatnot. And Hisoka's just always up to some fuck shit. And seeing like a narcissist and an absolute weirdo kind of go at it and like have that banter back and forth would be just very, very fun.
It would.
And like the fact that Hisoka like just loves violence, I think he would also maybe not enjoy getting beaten, but like he'd be like, okay, this guy's like he's worth losing to. So I think it'd be it'd be a fun end for Hisoka, and Cell would after getting manipulated for maybe a couple of episodes, because I think Hisoka could bluff him for a little bit and try to fuck with him, like he's done some other characters in Hunter x Hunter. I think it'd be fun. It'd be fun as fuck.
Well, the thing is like though, if he pisses Cell off, wouldn't Cell just like annihilate him instantly?
I think Hisoka is so good at manipulation, he could piss him off without getting killed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I think
For a time.
and since Sen can't, or not Sen, Jesus Christ, Cell can't see Nen.
Yes,
He doesn't
he
have that
also can't
ability.
see Nen.
So Bungee Gum could fuck with him a lot.
Oh yeah.
Imagine you just build giant spider webs of Bungee Gum everywhere and just Cell's just like getting stuck. It'd be
Yes.
hilarious.
I think he'd eventually get through it with like Key Blast and shit like that. But yeah, I think we could get a couple episodes out of this fight before the jig's up and Hisoka's just sent to King Kai.
Before Hisoka's life points hit 0.
Is Hisoka participating in a duel too?
That'd be nuts.
I mean, he's always got his damn cards, bro.
I'm sure he's got a mean deck. Yeah,
dude, he's definitely got quite a few magicians in his deck.
Okay.
Yes. But man, yeah, I think this should just be fun as fuck to watch. We know how it's gonna end, but hey, you give it 30 minutes before the end of it, you're gonna have some fucking fun.
I think we're focusing on if Cell versus whoever, but it doesn't just go straight to Cell. Hisoka would have to fight other people first, and those would actually be decent fights, right?
That's not how it works. So the Cell game
works.
Everybody excuse Tyler because he has not seen TBC. Okay, so the Cell games it actually is everybody taking turns fighting Cell.
Oh, okay.
So it's not like an actual tournament. It's just him like pretty much stroking his ego and saying like, "I'll beat you all one by one. Fuck you."
Okay, that's even more interesting then. I thought, okay, that's a fun fact then. Okay.
Yeah. No, it would be fun. He would have to go right after Hercule though. I think that would be the most fun. I think that would be really good TV because like he would be like wouldn't be taking Hisoka serious and probably Hisoka would get mad at him and say, "All right, let me turn this shit up to 10." That's great storytelling for you boys. Dan, let's hear it, my guy.
Who is it my turn or Dan's?
Oh, it's your turn, Tyler. My bad.
Okay. My second one is, I know y'all haven't seen this yet, but Reincarnated as a Slime. Y'all haven't seen it, right?
No.
Okay.
I've seen like the first 4 or 5 episodes, but yeah, no, not really.
Okay, so well, you know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about Mr. Slime himself, Rimuru Tempest.
Mm-hmm.
So this dude is, if you want to call him a dude, he's a slime. I don't guess he has a gender. I don't know. He's OP as hell. Yeah. He's very OP. He's got an ability called the Predator, and this ability makes him able to absorb and understand and use the abilities and also know the memories and skills, use the skills as well of anything and anyone that he consumes. So, and he also has regeneration, and he also has what's called Great Sage, which is a very high IQ, very knowledgeable internal voice, kind of like AI, that has the ability to problem solve and analyze situations in real time.
Yeah, it's like a little computer in his fucking head. Yeah,
that's a Great Sage, and honestly, with these skills, he could have a chance at Cell, especially if like he maybe. I know that Cell gave everyone like time to train. So what if Rimuru like went around, just absorbing people, that's more lower level and gaining their abilities too, plus his abilities, and then went and tried to fight Cell.
So having watched both shows, the only way it would work is if he absorbs some of the Z fighters. So like to power scale. I'm not a power scaler. I'm gonna do the best I can here, right? So say, Dan, do you remember what power level Cell's at? It's like a couple 100,000, right? Or let's give it 500,000. And a normal person is like
over 1 million.
Okay, it's over 1 million. A normal person is like 19. Okay. So it's like you would have to consume a lot of people, or like one of like the people that are actually fighters. So it's not like
that's what I'm saying. I think he has the ability to actually consume one of the fighters.
We are
then kind of work his way up.
2.5 billion.
2.5 billion. Okay.
But I mean, he's pretty strong as he is, because of all his abilities. I mean, he took over one of the strongest beings in in the slime world right off the get go with the dragon. So I forget his name though. But I feel like he could probably get like a lower Z fighter, probably, and have a good chance against them, and maybe absorb them and just keep going. Work his way up.
So when he absorbs them, he kills them, correct?
And would they become him?
Yeah.
Like
So
they're inside of
basically,
him.
this is just Cell 2. Because how Cell gains his powers is by absorbing people with his tail.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
We're just getting
Sell these cell. Let's go.
basically, anyone he absorbs, he retains like all their memories, and he's able to use all their skills and abilities to the fullest.
Honestly, this
So,
is a good one.
yeah. So this is like a very, but
It's fucked up.
it all
It's fucked
hinges
up, but it's
on
good.
prep time, and we all know Cell gave them prep time though. So
Slime's like Batman. He just needs prep time.
yeah.
Dude, I'm just sitting here thinking about it though, and it would literally just be Cell versus Cell, because Cell is made
That's
with the
it.
DNA of Goku, Frieza, Vegeta, everybody,
Yes.
and has like all their memories, all their battle data imported into them. Like this is just Cell versus Cell, but one is going to be a little gooey.
But does he have the great sage?
Cell is basically the great sage.
Yeah, I was about to say. Yeah, he just has all the data. He has the data already.
Yeah, so
It'd be a very fun matchup,
yeah.
to say the least.
But if you throw Rimuru in there like with no prep time, like he's probably, especially since it's not like a real tournament, it's like a next up fight Cell whatever. If you just threw him in there versus Cell right off the get go, he probably doesn't have a chance, But if you give him that, what was it, like a year? I think is what my buddy told me, right?
Well, no, they had like a week.
Yeah, it was
Was
just a
it
few
a
days. Yeah.
I thought it was longer than that.
No, they went in the hyperbolic time chamber where 1 day is equal to a year in time.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense. But anyways, I feel like any amount of preparation, he could probably do at least get enough going on. I'm pretty sure he can teleport too. So like, it's not an issue. So
Rimuru fucking around with Cell. That would be a sight to see. That would be a fucking sight to see. We can put him in like some Saiyan armor, get him all dripped out.
Yeah, I mean, they both have regeneration and everything, so it'd be a intense, long fight.
Actually would, yeah. If Rimuru could somehow get a hold of Frieza, I'd actually give the nod to Rimuru on this one. As odd as that is to say, yeah, I think he has like a really solid chance to win this. But I think he could.
He could probably talk some people into just letting him eat like them in order to defeat Cell, right? Like trick them.
They'll just get wished back with the Dragon Balls after.
Boom.
It doesn't matter.
Boom.
We got assholes for day in DBZ. Nobody's saying that.
Yeah, I mean Vegeta and Goku not gonna have it, but yeah, maybe everybody else. Maybe.
Yeah, so that's a pretty interesting pick, I think. But it hinges on a couple of things. He can't just go straight in there and say, "Oh, He can't be like Saitama, So
True. That's very true. He has to have some strategy to it, but it's a possible win. I agree with you on that one. Dan, what you got for us, brother?
Yeah, so I got one. I don't think he can win, based on the power scaling that I understand, but I'm going with Gear 5 Luffy.
Okay.
I think Toon Force would be hilarious, and Cell would be so pissed off.
you don't think he would be able to win? Like, not even have a chance?
Oh
no, Luffy's not even like at Super Saiyan level, dude. Like Luffy can destroy a continent.
Pummeled in DBZ. Yeah,
you can't destroy a planet.
Okay.
That fist ain't that big. It's big. You can blow up an island, but not maybe not a planet.
Yeah, no, he wouldn't have much of a chance. And like I mean, Cell, how seriously he tries to take everything, he would get so fucking mad at the Toon Force.
Imagine Luffy just like pulling up the ground and fucking bouncing like key blast back at him and shit.
It'd be fun, dude. I think Cell would like struggle to like understand what's going on for it first. Like he'd be like, what the actual fuck is this?
Well, yeah, dude, the whole arena is gonna be a bouncy house at that point. Like,
yes.
But then he'll just like start flying and it won't matter. But I think it'd be really funny, and I don't even know how Cell would react to Luffy, dude. I think it'd be so funny.
Yeah, I think he'd be pretty off balance at first because, like, I mean, Luffy could turn him into rubber.
Yeah.
It'd get fucking wacky. I mean, we know that.
Jump
rope in with fucking Cell, dude.
I'd pay money to see that. Somebody make that.
It would definitely be a fun fight to see with Luffy. Because you would never know what to expect out of his Gear 5 stage. So,
but yeah, I definitely don't think he could take him. Unfortunately, maybe, I don't know. We'll have to see how strong Luffy gets towards the end of One Piece in 47 years.
Who knows? There might be a Gear 6, bro. What do you think about that?
According to the internet, we're gonna get Gear Death. That's the one you see floating around right now a lot. Just like Luffy's pissed off. It's really dumb.
But how do they know?
I'm glad Oda Sensei is writing this and not the people on Twitter. Because let me tell you, they are trash.
I honestly think that there is another gear because, I mean, why not? But I just don't know what that would entail, honestly. So
I just don't know.
Tyler said, "Fuck it, we ball."
I don't know how you get past an awakened god, but
I mean, it's Luffy, man. He's got to surpass his limits. So
fuck, you beat me to it. Damn, I was gonna take part.
He was gonna take part. Oh my god!
You gotta be quicker than that, bro.
Yeah, I get him next time. I get him next time.
Oh my god! Who you got?
I got All Might. Another one where I just want to see like the interaction in between the two, right? I more want to see how All Might would react. And but I think he would have like some problems here from a mental standpoint, because All Might's whole thing is like having to be the strongest, right? And having that burden of being the strongest character. And him being the weakest person out there, that's a big ego hit. I don't see how he puts a smile on while fighting Cell and getting absolutely demolished. Because I know All Might's going to take it super serious because the world is on the line. And Cell's just going to be toying around with him. And he's really not going to be able to do anything about it. All Might just fucking punches shit for the most part, And I just like, I'm imagining, like All Might saying, help has arrived because I'm here. And just getting punched in the fucking face.
So,
I mean, go ahead.
So I'm kind of curious how All Might compares to Saitama as far as punching goes.
Saitama's way stronger.
So I googled could All Might beat Cell in a fight, and the first thing that came up was because Yamcha and All Might were to fight, who would win? And everybody's saying Yamcha.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying.
These universes ain't even fair.
Yeah, no, it's not fair, and that's what would be so interesting about it. I don't think All Might would take to it well, being made a joke out of, just and being under no pressure. Like he's just there to be there. Like he's pretty much Hercule in this situation.
Just imagine Deku watching it, just bawling his eyes out.
That would be so sad. That would be so sad.
Sitting there with his All Might action figure as a kid watching it on TV.
I would. That's the only time I would defend Deku crying.
Damn.
It would be that sad. It would be that sad. Like, the protector of peace, just getting his shit rocked. I mean, probably not even getting his shit rocked because Cell's so narcissistic. He would probably try to like beat All Might down mentally before he even like actually beat his ass. He would just like, just tank punches and be like, "What is that? Is that all you got, big boy?"
Did you say Detroit Smash or did you say Butterfly Smash? Because I'm not sure what you got going on here, buddy.
Yeah, no, he would absolutely destroy him mentally, and I think that would be fun to see. You know, I know a lot of people like All Might. I like All Might, but shit, having seeing him on like the back foot and the symbol of fucking peace, getting his shit rocked and degraded in front of God and everybody would be different.
So you're saying you just want to see All Might humiliated?
Yes.
That's
I'll
wild, bro.
I'll come out and say it. Like, look, it would just be interesting, wouldn't it? Like,
what
his whole
about
character would be like shattered.
What about America Mommy?
You ain't got to bring her into this.
Yeah, we have to, because she's like basically All Might.
No, she's not. She's not nearly at that level.
She's American Mommy.
Thick thighs ain't taking Cell down, buddy.
Y'all are killing me, man. I was about to thick thighs ain't gonna save no lives. I had to get that off my chest. But yeah, no. Everybody gets rocked. Like I said, scaling up to DBZ is it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous how powerful the characters are. I think Yamcha would actually get beaten. Maybe. But you get to TN and it's a wrap.
I don't think so, man. Like, you gotta remember how like strong they actually are. And Yamcha's a joke at DBZ, but he's gotta be like star level power or some shit at this point, because he's can't hang with Goku, but Goku can destroy a fucking multiple galaxies at once, Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, Krillin would definitely take All Might. Yeah, all of the lower level Z fighters are kind of washing him. So him fighting Cell is just, it ain't pretty.
What about
It'd be like a train wreck. Chaozu probably box him up.
You think so?
I don't know.
Even though he's a Pokemon?
Oh, low blows. We're back to him.
Yes, Tyler's canon viewing of Dragon Ball Z he found on YouTube. Yeah, just got her upside down. Oh no.
Yeah, I think All Might probably would beat him though.
I mean, 99% of anime verses are getting fucking washed by Cell. So like,
yes.
Who could beat him though? Sailor Moon.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, she gets crazy fucking in the end, dude.
Holy shit. That's
she is
unfortunate.
Like,
that's unfortunate.
Universe-ending powers.
Oh my god.
You know who else could definitely defeat Cell? Gurren Lagann.
Okay. My buddy said that watches Dragon Ball Z. He actually come up with Arceus. He said Arceus could do it probably.
The god of the Pokemon world.
Yeah. So,
I can see that. I mean,
okay.
If he can create, he can destroy, right?
Yeah. I mean, I assume I don't know much about like Arceus his abilities and stuff, but so I don't really know. But
yeah,
I don't get that deep into it.
Like the Pokemon, like the Pokedex descriptions. Like if you use Pokedex descriptions, like a lot of Pokemon are like actually mad strong.
I mean, yeah, Palkia and Dialga are the fucking rulers of space and time. I don't know what Cell's doing against them.
Yeah, that's a tough one right there.
And Arceus is their daddy, so
that sounds like a pretty easy clap.
So is Pokemon like outscaling DBZ right now?
Ooh,
no, because we're not talking about where Dragon Ball has gone with Super.
They're like gods and shit now.
Yeah, the god of destruction is
it's low-key kind of corny to me, but that's for another day.
Bigger, better boxing, and that's all we want with Dragon Ball.
That's what it's for. That's it right there.
There's no plot. It doesn't matter. Just show me the boxing.
He's not lying.
Well,
awesome. Well, guys, we hope you appreciated those couple of segments we did. Let us know who you think could take Cell in a 1v1. Hop in the Discord, linktree.com/Anime Degens. And we'll catch you next week for the weekly rundown. See ya.
Later.
Bye.